So, my dear Aquarius, the Sun is in Cancer, and here we have Aleister Crowley's Tarot, and this is the deck that I gave to Cancer, and we see the Chariot with the big cup, the big love, the number 7 as a major arcana, and so the Sun is giving the light to the Moon, which is in your sign, and I'm gonna place it to the right because we are going to your full moon next month. When the Sun is in Leo, you getting your full moon from Leo. The light of Leo is giving you then the full moon, so you can shine and be wild and ecstatic and crazy a little bit, right? And not all cold up there like a star. Now you're the 17th major arcana, and in there is the 7-7 portal. What is beautiful is the 7 is the emotional intelligence that we gain when we come into the crown chakra. And so the crown chakra sometimes can look a little bit like all over the place, right? And then sometimes we also create like our headpiece in a very beautiful and orderly fashion, right? So sometimes I like when the hair is all over the place, and sometimes I don't. So that's the 7, right? The crown chakra. And so here the 10 is also the wheel of fortune, which is Jupiter. Think big, make yourself grand. He sits here at the porch of the Taj Mahal, up in the sky. Here, sun god Apollo, and the sun is a dwarf star, right? And so the memory of the Taj Mahal for the beloved is what's also here in the cup. And so the love is depicted in most of these cards in various ways, and so we learn. The Cancer in your deck, the Mystical Moment Tarot, is a snail. We go slowly. Most people think that we go fast because we have horses, etc. No, but we can also go slowly and carefully and consciously to the search of the Holy Grail, right? Now the yoga position for Cancer is Asana, which is the horse pose or high lounge, and we push ourselves, right? And the lungs are the body parts of Cancer, and for you, the star, right? We come into side plank and we lift up one leg and one arm, and the other two are on the ground, one on earth, one on water. It's the water that Aquarius brings to the earth and the water, and it's that giving back to the earth. So this today, right? Sun and moon influencing each other. You are, as a court card, the King of Swords, and in this deck you have two, a masculine and a feminine, which I think it's very beautiful. So is your birthday between January 9th and February 7th, then is he or she, as a King of Swords, your court card. Please look in the description below if your birthday is before or after, because then is your court card different. And it's interesting because there's sometimes an overlap and you're not a clear Aquarius. You already have the energy of the next sign or the previous sign. As Aquarius, you are a visionary, and in that vision you seek the community that works with your vision and also with the technology. And so the 11th house of community and technology is what works for you. Now, since you're the 11th zodiac sign, you have immediately a portal there. So in a way, this is an 11-11, right? 11 o'clock, or the 11th of November. So see how these numbers talk to you and how they clearly let you know how important it is to understand what numbers means, because the tarot is through numbers explained, and I work with the numbers very clearly. back then, the last reading, you had Gemini Sun giving your Aquarius Moon the light. You finally understand that we're here to learn to unite the dual world. Now, this was still the old reading, and I simplified it a little bit, right? But nevertheless, we have here 5 stations. We have Uranus, which is, of course, ruling you, right? And so here there's always through the Fool, right? The Fool is in the tarot here, the planet Uranus. And then we're gonna look at the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the Moon, right? And the Moon, of course, we will also look at the Moon itself. So we will look through the Moon, through the High Priestess, and through the Moon, because the Moon rules Pisces and Cancer, right? And so we're going to look through the High Priestess into the Moon, and then we're going to look into the Moon, and then we're going to look at the Sun, right? The Sun, which is now in Cancer. Good. We begin the reading with the Court card, because the Court card is what you are as a personality and how you interact with the planets, right? And so here for the King of Swords, you get the Queen of Pentacles coming. She's the 10th zodiac sign. She's the career. She is also the success that we want in the financial section. She's very fertile. You see the rabbits down here, and rabbits in general, they are here to show us how fertile this earth is. She is the 10th zodiac sign, and so the 10 is the next round, the 1 and the 0, right? You are a 1-1. You are a portal here, and so you're getting the 10, and in a way the 0 is the Fool, is actually Uranus. There's a new beginning in the way you look at money. You start to see that here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones right at the beginning. 5 times the 1 means you understand the 5 senses, you understand the message that is coming to you, and you are learning big time to now take that step. Now you see how she's looking to the left. That's as an outside perspective. We look at her and she's looking to the left. If I place the card on my chest and I look down, I see her looking to the right. So either you become the card, and then it's actually an energy that you understand that when you go within, you need to bring that without. You need to bring that to the people and live that in the outer world, right? There is an inhale and exhale. And so it's really interesting when we look at it from that perspective. And so the 10 is very clear, telling you, take the next step in your financial security or also financial level. Good. Then here the next step is the Fool. The Fool is bringing you the 8 of Wands, and the 8 of Wands, right, that path down the rabbit hole here, the crocodile that is letting you know, go into your subconscious and understand that here Uranus is letting you know something is going to come really fast. And this is Mercury in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is taking actions, is fire oriented. It's a beautiful pattern here that these 8 wands created. And of course, Mercury is the messenger. Mercury is the magician, is that one. And so the one is in here with the Queen of Pentacles. And so observe how the 8 here is letting you know that when you calculate the 17 together, you get an 8. And the 8 is that infinite path that we take, the infinite challenge that we have on our path out or within, right? So now I wanted to see what is the Mother Peace Tarot bringing you, and you get the Ace of Wands. So one wand is literally saying, yes, these 8 wands are going to come really quick and you're going to burst with energy. But the card is in reverse. That means for some reason you are not taking this chance, because now you have 9 wands. Something is blocked in that innocent way of life. Maybe you gilded, maybe you shield yourself. It's whatever it is, right? See that you're not really expressing yourself as much as you should. And maybe there's a reason, and the reason is the 8 of Cups. Now the 8 of Cups is that part in us that says move on, emotionally move on. You have an 8-8, right? And that's letting you know the 8 is the strength, to have the strength to really look for someone that suits you, to really know that the 8 of Wands, something can happen really quick if you let go, that you don't need to shield yourself anymore. Let yourself be free, break yourself out and go for the next adventure here, because the 8 of Cups are Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn is the world and Pisces is searching for the love, right? Same way that Cancer is searching for the love. But this is the Queen of Cups, and here Pisces is the Knight of Cups. He's more actively searching, the same way Sagittarius is also a knight, the Knight of Wands, right? And there's a difference between the knights and the queens or the kings. You are king, you're sitting on your throne. You are this very, everything we do very calculated, and so maybe you need to open yourself up a little bit, right? And break yourself free from conditionings. So 8-8 is 16, 16 and 1 is actually the 17, and here you are, and the 8 is left. But here is actually a portal, right, with the 2 8s, and here the one that fits here again with the 5 wands. So now you have 6 wands, and 6 wands is saying, well, the third eye, that's where you notice the one energy. Then we're going to look at the High Priestess, and we're going to keep looking from the Queen of Pentacles perspective. And here comes the universe, right? The High Priestess is duality. The High Priestess is the one that brings us the intuition. And so I used here a very old deck, the Hermetic Tarot, and it's only in black and white, and I find it very fitting because usually she is between 2 pillars, a black one and a white one. And so observe here the number 21, right? The world is Saturn, and Saturn came here through Pisces. Now Pisces is again the search for a love, for someone with whom you can really talk about everything, and the world is bringing you that possibility. But also observe that here a lot is going on, a lot of symbolism is happening here in this card, and you see that Saturn is the intensity, is the border, are rules and regulations too, right? He's the father figure, and so Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and so look how it's framing here the 8 of Cups, and also how here the 9 wands are framed by Saturn. So I think that's what it is, why you cannot break yourself free. There is a Saturn energy blocking you. But observe and watch, and don't let yourself really be blocked by this kind of energy. Then what is the Mother Peace Tarot bringing? The Five of Wands, which is Saturn in Leo. Now this is interesting. Leo is your opposite part. Now Saturn, the world Saturn, and here Saturn in Leo. You also had here 9 wands. 5 wands is 14 wands. 14 is temperance. Observe your actions. Observe that things can come really fast, but then also this is reverse, and now you have the testing of the 5, Saturn in Leo, and the 14, then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and the 4, the Emperor. And when we calculate that together, we get the 5, and so the 5 is left. Observe how you sometimes need to test yourself with others. It's that game, who is better, but in the end, no one is better. And so the 21 turns into a 3. Remember, in the 21, there is the 20, the last judgment. And the last judgment is a calling. And that calling is important because the last judgment is Pluto. And guess what? Pluto is gonna be in your sign for 20 years. So the 20 is coming here. And the 1 of the Magician. Then here the 3 appears, which is the Empress, and the Empress is Venus. Venus is beauty and love. And so maybe something needs to be changed, right? You're too serious. Maybe you have quite some Capricorn energy in you. And so observe the 5, and the 3 becomes again an 8. And then you have 1, 2, 3 times the 8. Right? And observe, because it's important that you understand how the numbers are very precise and give us a very clear direction. Then I wanted to see what here the deck of Cancer is bringing, because the moon is with Cancer. And here we get the 8 of Pentacles. Now this is very interesting. Now you have 4 times the 8. 4 times the 8 means that you are realizing in your heart that something important is talking to you. Because this is Mercury in Virgo. And Mercury in Virgo is letting you know that the work is important. Here, the 10 and the 8, right? That would be an 18. Deep in your subconscious, you understand more and more how important work is for you, how you have been tested, and you let yourself test, and you test others. But I think something is shifting. You becoming a master, and you are able to recognize that everything calculated together here is then a 16, and the 16 is the Tower. Let go of work, let go of testing. You are a master, and the 16 turns into a 7. The emotional intelligence now that Cancer is bringing you, understand that that's sometimes more important than how perfect you are in your work. But of course, this is also mastery, right? And observe here Saturn bringing you the intensity of this work. Good. So then we're gonna look at the moon. And the moon, I'm going to keep the Queen of Pentacles, is bringing you here the horn cactus, the resourcefulness. And you see that he has horns, and in the desert we're glad when we see a cactus because that means water. And the 29, again, the 20, the last judgment is in there. And the 9 is the Hermit, is understanding that there is a completion. Calculated together we get the 11. So the horned one here is speaking directly to the 11th zodiac, to you, so that you understand that you have the resourcefulness to get through anything, particularly now in your subconscious, in your feelings, in the way certain energies are still lurking down in the dark. And that's what the moon is. The moon is dark, but the sun, right, which is a dwarf star, is giving you the light through Cancer, which is ruled by the moon. So there's a oxymoron, right? You are now in, the moon is now in your sign, and you are a star and the sun is a dwarf star, and so there's a very interesting combination happening. That's the resourcefulness that you have. And the Mother Peace Tarot is bringing you the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is jumping to the right. And you see the Ace of Cups is jumping in this cup of self-love, and it's almost like once you have understood who you truly are, what resourcefulness you have, the 11, you have here again a 1, then you have here a 3 times the 1, and you had 6 times the 1, and 3 is 9 times the 1. So you are arriving in a completion, in a self-love that you can dive into and show it to the world, right? Then what is your deck bringing here? It's the 3 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles is that moment where you recognize 8 Pentacles and 3 Pentacles is 11 again. And so the 1 is very important here in this reading. It's teaching you something, right? You have the 3 of Pentacles is building something. It's connected with Mars in Capricorn. And so there is a Capricorn that is really important to you. Maybe you want to build something with this Capricorn. Maybe there is a desire to really create something unique. And he points at this card, or the Ace of Cups points at this and says, yes, that's where you find your self-love. You have the resourcefulness, and now build something that no one else can do but you, and maybe here this Capricorn, because there is no other personality that has come up yet that I would say, oh, look, there is another character coming here at you, except Cancer. And Cancer and Capricorn are opposite of each other. Cancer just gave Capricorn's full moon the light, right? So they're opposite of each other the same way. You have here Leo opposite of you, the 5 of Wands, Saturn in Leo, right? Remember that. So you maybe want to build something here, right? Mars in Capricorn, and again you have 11 coins now, and 11 coins is the meaning that you have the money to do what you now desire to do, to express your self-love. Then we look at the Sun, and the Sun is bringing you now here the attraction. And the attraction here that the child is seeing, this magnetic energy where this structure is radiating the light, comes the 37, and the 37, the 3, the Empress, and the 7, of course, the Cancer, the Chariot, right? But also remember, you can go slow. You don't have to go fast. You can do everything slow. No one tells you how you're going to do what you have to do. And so the Sun is bringing you here the attraction, because the 3 and the 7 is a 10. The 19 is also a 10. You have a 10-10 portal. Guess what? Here's a 10 too. 10, 10, 10. Right? So Capricorn, there's a Capricorn, either masculine or feminine Capricorn, doesn't matter, that is helping you to actually see the light, to see the light that comes through Cancer, right? Fast or slow, the project that you want to do. And we see that here the Mother Peace Tarot brings the explanation of the Tower. The Tower is 16, and the 16 is 2 times 8, right? And of course the 16 is the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 6, the Lovers. So the Wheel of Fortune keeps spinning, and you're sitting up here on the tower, and here the lightning is coming down, and it's for some reason this lightning here, the source as a child, you already noticed that. And so the 16 is the 7, the 10 is the 10, and the 7 plus the 10 is the 17. Here you are. This is you. You are feeling that there is a magnetic energy pulling on you to do something outrageous, showing yourself to the world, right? That's what the sun is this extroverted energy, is how you shine upon others, right? And you do see the light here, and you do see that there is something that wants to express itself, and particularly the tower, you can see there is something that's wanting to break free. Remember, breaking free, breaking out of this egg, right? And then the deck of Cancer is bringing you the 3 of Cups. Now, this is really beautiful, right? You had the 8 of Cups, and now you get 3 cups, which is again 11 cups. You had the 8 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles, which is also 11 Pentacles. I mean, this is never seen that. So there is the 11 very clearly speaking to you. And here we have, right, when you move on, then you can celebrate. You know that then everything is just perfect. And remember, here the 17 is then the 8 and the 3 is the 11. So the 11 is clearly letting you know that you are needing to actually step out and do what needs to be done, because it's important. It's pushing you. It's since your childhood, this dream is here. It's gonna make you happy, even though the tower is here. Sometimes the tower is quite intense, but it helps us to actually see how important things are. And like I said, you had here the 8 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles, 11 Pentacles, right? And of course the 8 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, 11 cups. And you had 14 wands, right? And so understand, there is no thought, there's no air energy here, there's no swords, there's no thinking. It's just feeling, acting, and having the resources to do what you want to do, and so do it. Whatever you want to build, remember the 3 of Pentacles is building something, and you have the work. You worked hard and strong enough to create what it is that you want to create. And so the message is very clear. Create and shine a light out into the world, right? Shine a light and show the people the love that you even slowly can bring to them, right? Because you're a star. You are a big, big star. And the sun here is just a small dwarf star, right? That's giving us the light. And remember, Capricorn is helping you, right? The energy of a Capricorn might be just the right energy for a project to flourish, for a project to be brought out there into the world, because the world is here. I hope I see you in the next reading. That's when you get the full moon. Leo is going to give you the light. Leo has come here through the 5 of Wands, right? Testing you, noticing just what that means. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.